Today we're gonna make clay monsters. So this is my idea for a monster where he's gonna sit on a shelf somewhere and watch everyone. We can make this lots of different ways, but it does start off, we're gonna make a bowl. So for that, we're going to take this and you're going to roll it into a ball the best you can. You can roll it on here. Okay, this is called a pinch pot because we are going to be pinching the clay. If you have spots like that, you can just push them together until you get a nice round ball. Okay, and then once you get the ball shape, what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick our thumb in it. So here I have my ball. It doesn't have to be perfectly round right now. I'm gonna stick my thumb in it a little ways, okay? Then I'm gonna take and I'm gonna have pinchers like this, and I'm gonna pinch around the clay. I'm pushing down and pinching the sides at the same time. So down and pinch. You can see it's getting a little bigger. And you keep doing that around and around. It'll get bigger every time you do that. We want to get the walls to be about thumb finger thickness, no more than that. We don't want the clay super thick because it takes too long to dry. Okay, this is starting to get a bowl shape. Now, you can keep working at this and you can decide too how you want this. My monster ended up with a really round bowl. So that would be this. You can have it pinch out a little bit more, okay? You could have it wider. You can decide what you want it to look like. Now, I have mine, when I get done, this is really bumpy. You can tap it and it makes it a little bit flatter. But you can decide too how you want this. I had my bowl like this and I built on top of it. But you could, when you have it, you could take and we could bend it down a little bit and this could be the mouth. And I could take some eyeballs and put it like that. Okay, my monster I did this way and put eyeballs kind of on the side like this. You could also build it out like this. You can decide any direction you want it to go. Then you decide what you want to add to that. So I would keep going like this and create my pinch pot. Have fun. We have our bowl shape. I'm gonna set this aside for now and we're gonna talk about different ways you can create objects. So I did round eyes. You could use this for a lot of different things, but to make these, you just take a little bit of your extra clay and you're going to just roll it. I roll it either in my hand like this, or you can roll it on the table like this until you get a nice ball of clay. So that is one thing you can do. Now, here we have this. This is called a coil in clay terms. I, growing up, called them snakes. To do this, you take, I guess I'll leave that here. Take some clay and you can again roll it in your hands, or you can roll it on here. And I'm gonna have my hand go back and forth so we can roll it across and then back. Sometimes a part gets a little bit too skinny and I can take to make it a little more even. And I could cut off the ends too, and I could use that. That could be a lot of different things. It could be a tail. This can be used too. I use that on mine to make his antennas and to make his lips. So there's lots of different things you can use for a coil. Then there's also the slab. So the slab I did teeth, but you can do many, many, many different things. For the slab, you can take this and you can take a rolling pin and you roll it out. Now when you're rolling it out, I'm gonna move this so it doesn't spill. Okay, we're rolling, rolling, rolling. You want this to be about the thickness, I would say, of your pinky. I would not get it super, super thin or it tends to break. Same with the coils, super thin. They can break when they're getting put in the kiln or transported anywhere. So from here, then this is where you could take and you could draw whatever you're doing. So let's say I want my monster to have, oh, on mine here, I put eyelids. So you can take, and I could draw just a rectangle on there. I usually draw with a pencil first and then cut all the way across. And this you can take and you can pinch it down a little bit if you want to. And then I just drape this over like that to make an eyelid. But you could also take and make this, I could take the same thing, cut a little bit extra. I'm gonna cut it in half. And I could put and make this 2 teeth if I wanted to. Kind of like that idea. So there's lots of things you can do with a slab. So really you're just experimenting and trying different things. You can see on the hair I made for mine, this I made where I took a slab and then I just added texture on it. This is also how I made mine look furry. You can also take it, and a different tool, one of my favorite tools, I just like the name of it, a ribbon cutting tool. You can take this and I could make scales with this one if I wanted to. Kind of like doing that. This is actually used, you can cut things in just a little bit and it cuts out ribbon. That's why it's called a ribbon cutting tool. Okay, so those are some different techniques. Now we're going to talk about how to attach pieces together. So if this is mine and I want to give him the 2 teeth, I'm going to take a fork and I'm going to rough up. This is called scoring the clay. And I also need to rough up on the top of the mouth. Okay, what that's going to do is clay will stick when it's wet, but it'll fall apart later. So we need to make fingers, okay, that will interlock. Then we're going to take our slip, which is our clay glue. It's water and clay. We're going to put some glue. We usually put glue on one side, and then I can stick it in, press it in. I like to then smooth it in. Okay, there's one tooth. Get some glue for the second one. And that's how you attach 2 pieces of clay together. It's very important you do that so it doesn't fall off. I should be able to, let's say I put the eye up here. Okay, it sticks right now, but if I would take and tug, the tooth doesn't come off. The eye comes off super easy. But once I score it and put slip on it and give it just a minute, it will not be as easy to pull off. We really need that in there. So I'm gonna finish this and you work on yours. Have fun.